Before we get started, please take the time to like, add, and subscribe to our pages on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and iTunes. Also, please leave us a review.
What's nuts is they like bite them and flip them.
This is like frog MMA.
I think this is where the sport of MMA started.
They had to have. This is wild.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is.
I wonder how much it hurt.
We can wander our way over, because this is Wandering Ways.
What's Bigfoot possibility? What's up, what's up, what's up? How we doing, my guy?
It's another Wandering Wednesday. We're back. We're wandering our way into another wonderful episode with our guest, the wonderful Matt Buddy. And
he's not here yet. He's not here.
Obviously.
Don't get the people too excited. He's been popular lately. So we don't want everyone to get their excitement so high. And then we bring it down because it's just us for like the next 5-10 minutes.
Was it the 100th episode or was it the year episode with him where we had him on the whole episode?
Wandering from one whole year. We had him on the whole time. So that's a good one. Make sure you go check that one out. Make sure you go check out all the Matt Buddy episodes. Make sure you go check out all the episodes that we got out, all of our reviews, all of our breakdowns, our top fives, our crazy shenanigans. And also another one we do I think we've done it twice, is our dumb tourists. Those are honestly some of the best stories. What my favorite dumb tourist is, wood doesn't float from Ranger Alexander.
That's wild.
Yeah. No, but today we're going to talk about a story that you probably all have heard. If you haven't, you're in for a doozy because it sounds like horrible. I actually kind of gagged a little bit as I was about to say it because it's kind of gross. But it was a gal. Was it a gal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dropped her phone in that toilet.
Dropped a phone in a pit toilet. Everyone's biggest nightmare. I think we've all had that fear going into a pit toilet that we're going to drop something down there. But she thought she could get it, and she got stuck, and she had to get rescued. And if you do it, don't go. Just kiss it goodbye. It's not worth it.
The nice thing is it is early enough in the season that hopefully maybe they're not as used, or maybe they just got cleaned.
It was in Washington, so people are probably using it fairly.
The end of the season is what you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's still it's.
We used to clean them at Pompey's Pillar.
Yeah.
And like we just cleaned like the toilet itself and like the concrete and stuff, We never they pumped it maybe once a year.
Oh. I'm seriously like borderline gagger, and I wanted to talk about this to start the opening too.
I mean, I feel like we have to because it's like your phone's not worth it.
No, nothing. I don't know much that's worth diving into that.
Yuck.
Yeah, and the fact people had to come and get her. I hope she.
How long are you down there? She was down there a minute?
Ooh, had to have. I'm taking a shower for a week nonstop after. So I'm just living in a shower. It's not a good time.
Survival of the fittest. Only the fittest shall survive. I guess she qualifies.
Yeah, she's trying to prove my guy Darwin right there. No, we bring it up because we don't want you to be dumb and do idiotic things while you're out in nature. Don't be this person. be a good tourist, be a good wanderer, and enjoy nature, take care of nature, and treat nature the way nature needs to be treated.
No, exactly. And yeah, go get a park ranger to help you. They probably got a tool or something.
Yeah, or buy insurance for your phone next time.
Back it up to the cloud.
Yeah, if it was a flip phone, they're like $20 nowadays. So I don't think I don't think there's anything worth when it comes to the phone. You made the headlines, and that's not the headlines you want to make. But
Terrible. Terrible.
yeah. Anyways, to kind of bring it around to today's episode, we got a fun one. We've got Matt Body on. We talk about.
Oh God, I have something good for you. Sorry, I gotta wander this way.
Oh,
and
okay.
So David Canoyer, he's going to do the ceremony. He works with us at G&G.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do my wedding ceremony.
Oh,
I got. I'm sorry, Reverend. I got him to call Matt Buddy. He goes at the end of a team call. He goes, "Okay, Matt Buddy." It's just like at the end, and Matt's like, he calls me immediately after the call. Matt's like, "You got David to say that." It's great.
That's great. But we got Matt Buddy on today. We're going to talk about the first trip the three of us ever did. I learned that it was the first trip today that the three of us had done. We went out to see good old Zach out in Montana, and we went to South Dakota, a little bit of Wyoming. We even showed the video of that trip. It was a fun little blast of the past,
Yeah, it was 2016, March of 2016.
Yep. So that was what, 6 years ago?
Holy
Years ago
shit,
from
getting
so,
old.
which is crazy, especially because I look different in that video. Matt looks the same. If you're curious, and we touch on that part of it a little bit.
I mean, it's good to see that. It's fun to see an original Quartz Lake production before
That's
Wandering
a
Ways.
OG
I mean,
one for sure.
we're approaching 2 years on this thing, so I mean, it's great to see the growth, everything, the adventure, the travel, the journeys.
Yeah.
We want you, the wanderers, to stay in tune. We ask questions on our socials. Hit us up at wanderingwayspodcast@gmail.com, wanderingwayspodcast@gmail.com, and just let us know whatever you want. If you just want to say hi, hello, hey, konnichiwa, go for it.
Yeah, whatever it is. We're here for you. That being said, let's cut to the chase and just let's get Matt Buddy on here. Let's talk
All
some
right.
South Dakota. So
Everybody.
Matt Buddy. So we are here today with back by popular demand, and I actually mean it this time. We are back by popular demand, Matt Buddy. How are we doing, Matt Buddy?
I'm doing great, my man. Just chilling out here and this rainy day in Portland, and got my nice Capricorn coffee mug here.
Are you a Capricorn?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I was really kind of hoping you were like, no, I just kind of like the star shape.
No, my friend got this for me for my birthday. Like, I need another damn coffee mug because that's the gift everyone gets people.
That's so true. I get a lot of coffee mugs, and I'm a one mug kind of guy.
I know you are. You're a piece of shit when I come to that.
No.
You're like picky motherfucker.
No, hey, Zach. So Mark and I are kind of similar in this way, where we use something till it don't work anymore.
Dude, fuck off. I saw you at Starbucks buying a brand new coffee every morning in Albuquerque. You could have bought a reusable coffee mug that you use in there.
Hey, coming from Oregon, I was not going to drink hotel coffee.
You could have brought a reusable coffee mug to fill up at Starbucks.
I don't use those, man, because I just make it at home.
Yeah. So, anyways, but we are here. We are to not talk about coffee, even though I could talk about coffee all day because that's the gift of the gods. But we're here to talk about. Apparently, I learned this just actually minutes before we started recording for Realsies. The first trip the three of us ever went on. Now we had two other people with us on this specific trip, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that it was the first time Zach, myself, and Matt Buddy went on a trip together, and we did it out to see old Zach, but we went to good old South Dakota and a little bit of Wyoming.
Yeah, I shared a bed with Matt this trip, I remember, in a hotel. We drove through a fucking blizzard with the parking brake on.
Yeah, I remember that. That was in the old Honda Pilot. Then remember we got back, Matt, and the car kapooted on us on our way to Costco.
Yeah,
I hope
Yeah.
that wasn't my fault.
that was we got real close on that trip, huh, Zach?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys played Big Spoon, Little Spoon.
Yeah.
And you had Selena and Rachel. And actually we talked to Rachel. We interviewed Rachel, one of our first interviews on the podcast. We
This
kind
is
of
true.
talked about this, and she was her photography up in Alaska. So some cool, neat stuff on this trip. I mean, I liked it. Matt was looking at Montana State, so we all met up there and gave a tour. And it was good. It was a good little trip with everybody. Good little long weekend.
Man, that I remember from my end, I had just gotten back that day when we left from California. So I went from 75 degrees visiting like my mom's family down there, and just hopped in the car with you guys, and we went up to Montana, and I woke up in snow. So, it was a real change of climate there for me in one shot.
Yeah, that was a doozy of a drive. I remember driving most of it, and then I pulled over to sleep in the back, and Rachel finished the drive. But that's when all three of us, or all four of us, fell asleep in the the little dome at the museum there in Bozeman, the little dinosaur Mountain West, Mount Rocky Top Museum. I don't know what it's called.
Museum of the Rockies.
Museum of the Rockies. It's a great museum. You should go. Rumor is they have a really cool like space star display in this like dark dome. Don't know. We fell asleep.
We passed out really hard when we sat back on those comfy chairs.
Yeah.
That was a wild time.
It was. Yeah, but I thought, to help us, because it's been a hot minute, and you'll see because we're going to show a video for the people who are watching. We're going to talk through. So don't worry if you're just listening. But if you want to actually see it, hop over to YouTube. You'll see, because you can see how old it is because of the old GoPro intro at the very beginning, which is like super old in that standpoint. But
isn't that wild? That's how long we've been doing this.
Yeah, it is kind
and
of
that's
wild.
how long Matt's been a part of the journey too.
Yeah. But anyways, here we'll get going. This one, we open up. I think it jumps around from the trip for anybody. And this is actually Devil's Tower here at the beginning there. But Clown Riot gear, check them out. This is a little prairie dog because they had awesome ones. We went to, was it Crazy Horse?
Yeah, look at you wearing that MSUB Jackets house. Battle Will Bighorn.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, buddy.
There's
Taking
me.
pictures as always. This is the 4 or 5 of us that all went on the
I'm
trip.
on the phone with Jared there, and he's catching a fish.
Oh, wow. That's quite.
Oh, this was cool. That metal.
Yeah,
sculpture,
the
metalwork.
Yeah, right there at Battle of the Little Bighorn. We've talked about Battle of Little Bighorn. It's kind of a cool little spot.
Hey, yeah. Actually, when you're out, it might be close to the reenactment time.
Oh, they're gonna go play with cap guns, huh?
Yeah. Rubber bullets if you play cards right. No.
I was getting a kick out of watching these because I'm like, holy cats, I look way younger in these pictures.
And bigger.
Yeah, right.
We all look young.
Yeah.
You don't. You haven't aged, Matt. You're like an old Asian woman.
Yeah, man, I'm convinced you won't age for another 50 years.
Hey, man. Like, when was this? I don't know. Last time I picked up a few alcoholic beverages, the woman's like, "You're gonna get carded for a long time."
See, that's what I mean. You're going to be like
Like-
50 and still look the way you do right now.
Yeah, and this is like a week of facial hair growth, which is not a lot, but
You're getting scruffy there.
getting a little scruffy there.
You shaping up, Matt. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
so
be on-
but on this trip, if I remember right, we started at Battle of Little Bighorn.
Yes.
And then from Battle of Little Bighorn, we went out to South Dakota because we went to Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse.
We hit Devil's Tower on the
I
way
thought we
out.
did that on the way back.
No.
No, then
No,
we did
we
Devil's
did it
Tower.
on the way there because we took that other highway from Belfort, the one where the car slid sideways.
Oh yeah,
That,
yeah.
that was we almost died. But
And
No, we
we drove by some small town in South Dakota that was the community of the year. And I always remember driving by knowing that they were the community of the year.
Belfouche. Yeah, Belfouche.
Yeah.
what, they have to compete with like 10 other communities or something.
I
So
don't
that
know
time-
how they come up with that rating. But no, we went to Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore, and if you were watching the video, I talk about how I've been to Mount Rushmore twice, but only seen it once. The video at the end does a great job depicting how much snow was going on when we were there.
I mean, you kind of saw them.
Yeah, I mean, not really though.
Mark's
Not
like,
the same. Not
Mark's
the same.
like, I can see the outlines, but I can't see the face.
Yeah, you can see where it's supposed to be, but shoot.
I could get the frustration too, because like Mount Rushmore, like for how much the state of South Dakota invests money into Mount Rushmore, like it's just a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Like it's not that great, really. Like you've seen it once, you don't need to go back to it. And
Yeah.
like I get it. I get the frustration. You see it in the snow and like you don't really see it. So you're like, I kind of have to come back. And like I don't want to.
Yeah. No, if you do go out to Mount Rushmore, I would go see Crazy Horse as well. Just get the two in the same little stop there.
I just wish that family would just accept federal funding and let the government finish that for them and actually do a service to the Indian people, not rather than just try and like do it on their own, you know?
Yeah, that carving's a slow going, that one there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And like, do you guys actually think the federal government would help get that done?
Yes, they would get it done a lot quicker because the family's doing it on donation money.
Yeah, no, I
Where-
get that. But like typically, the federal government doesn't do a fantastic job at funding those kind of things.
No, but that's where you would get a more completed one where it's not as like they're trying to do the whole thing, whereas the like Mount Rushmore, they were going to do them all the way down and they just gave up. They just left it at what it is because of the funding. But I'm sure, like fuck it, give it to us Indian people. We like give us something cool.
I mean,
You know?
I do think you guys deserve it, but
Like
I don't
one
know. I don't-
cool monument.
Maybe I didn't
now.
pay enough attention in history class, but federal government has not been too kind to you guys.
They still aren't, man.
See, that's what I
Oh.
mean.
Oh, what, the whole like 2 pages in U.S. history book?
Yeah, maybe
was it?
that's what did it. I didn't know that very
It-
well, or I didn't
Oh,
pay
yeah.
attention in class, either or. But I think I
Or well,
remember.
if you missed that day, you missed the whole thing. So same with the slavery section and a
Yeah.
few other ones there. Like you missed the
I think they
I don't know.
jumbled it up in one half day.
Oh my god. No. So I had a teacher and he was a Gros Ventre dude. And he was talking about when the state of Montana made a law that they have to treat the Montana tribal history in history classes. And his teacher at the time was like an ignorant white lady, and she kept calling the Grove on gross venture, because that's how it's spelled, right?
Oh,
And he like was like, hey, like, I'm Grove on, that's how you say it, like it's because of the French, you know, coming over and like naming us that. And she just wasn't having it. This was just ignorant white lady, and you're just like, God, that sucks.
yeah, that sounds about right. Speaking of ignorant white people, though,
Matt, buddy, how you
we're going to
doing?
shift back to the trip. I'm keeping it relevant with ignorant white people, though. Here, we're going to talk Battle of Little Bighorn, which we have talked about a little bit before. But I'm interested to hear your take there, Matt, buddy, on what you thought about a Little Bighorn, and if you've been more than once. I can't remember if you have or not.
Yeah, I've been there like 3 times now. And the first time was with you guys, actually, that trip. So, and I've seen it, so that was like March, and then I've also seen it in the summer. And Zach and I went to the Crow Fair that time in August when I moved out, which is right near there, pretty close. But I thought it was really interesting. I thought the Park Service did a fairly good job, because they had that little drive on the rim above where it like outlined like, this is where this happened, this is where this happened. They had the memorial, the gravestones for the soldiers. They had the memorial for the natives who died and were there, right? That was where the metal sculpture was. And you could, they kind of set it up where you could kind of like imagine it like down in those valleys where they're camped over the hill, and then, Custer and his men got ambushed, right? They just completely got like just surprised. And that's why they got, wiped out and everything. But no, I thought and the fact that it's on the Crow reservation, which probably added to, because it's on an Indian reservation, they probably worked better with the Park Service. Whereas like the parks that are off tribal lands, they don't have that collaboration as much, probably.
You're right, because they have worked with them, and not at first.
Mm-hmm.
It took a while, because that was known for the longest time as Custer's Last Stand. It wasn't changed to the Battle of Little Bighorn for quite some time, and that reasoning was like, no, guys, this is on our land. We won this war. This was a war we won. It's kind of ironic, though. A lot of the Crow that were in that war were actually on the U.S. 7th Cavalry side as scouts and trackers. That's also why the Crow Reservation is one of the larger reservations, because they sided with the 7th Cavalry and folks like that soon. So it's interesting when you get that history. But it was a big battle, and it wasn't a win for Indian country. It was a win for the Indian Wars. And if you look at a way, there's no one else in the world that has treaties with the U.S. government other than these native cultures. So in fact, this is one of the large wins that set precedent for the reservations, which, they suck. It was hard. We've gone through what we've gone through. But now, if you look at it, those are wins against the U.S. government. We're sovereign nations. We're allowed to do what a government does, and slowly tribes have figured that out and gone that way. And you thank Battle of Little Bighorn, one of those things, and it's good history. It needs to be taught more.
Yeah, I definitely learned all of that kind of history on that trip. To be fair as well, I had no idea who Custard was before that trip either. So I didn't know either side of it. I always thought custard was just a nice dessert that you can have. I didn't realize it was a general.
Well, you're not even saying it. It's Custer, Custer.
See, that's how much I paid attention in history class, everybody.
But the thing here too, if you're ever in not Fargo, North Dakota, but Bismarck, North Dakota, Mandan, North Dakota, right there on the Missouri River, they have his house. There's actually his house. It's a national park, right on the river. Beautiful plot of land, but you know, he was kind of crazy. There was a point in his life where he actually slept sitting up because he was afraid people would get him.
Oh, you know, a
Yeah.
lot of people back then were crazy. So I don't know. I think you lived to
What
a
did you say?
brisk young age of 25, and you probably go a little downhill in how crazy you are.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I don't know why I said back then. It's still present day.
Yeah, you're not wrong there as well. But Battle
no,
of Little Bighorn, it's a cool stop. Highly recommend everybody to go. You know, I mean, I learned all the history from it. Go meet yourself a nice Native American person and have them teach you all the history about that when you go there, because they probably know it better than most.
That's why you got me and Matt.
That's why I keep you guys around, so that way I can
Yeah.
get that info. Outside
Right.
that, I don't really have any worth for you.
Right. No, well, what's interesting with Custer there too, you know why he did that battle. He was supposed to wait for two other generals to arrive, and they didn't arrive. And he jumped the gun early. You know why, right?
Yeah, because he was gunning for president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
See what it gets you when you jump the gun, you motherfuckers. The Indians get you.
exactly. Keeping on the Native American train, though, we're gonna move forward to Devil's Tower.
Why? It's just a rock.
Exactly. This is another one though we've talked about. And this often makes one of our, I'm actually surprised it didn't make our underrated parks list now that I really think about it, because this is when you and I talk about how cool of a park it is. Although I think it's National Monument, isn't it?
Yes, it's the country's first national monument at just 867 feet tall. I think the problem, what you're kind of saying, why it didn't make my underrated list, is I've seen it quite a few times, and the park itself is not that big.
No.
So it's like another one. You've seen it, you've experienced it. I get the Lakota going back to it as a ceremonial rock. I'm Little Shell, not necessarily that ceremonial to me. It's cool to see. Matt might like to go back to it.
Yeah, it's really like you gotta be up on those rims, like up there, to like really appreciate that. It's like I've known people that, oh yeah, we drove by and just like, oh, like pointed at it, like there it is, you know, which is cool, but like you gotta like go in and go walk around it. And
Yeah,
drive up
it
there.
is very cool to see from a distance, but I think it's worth going to. Really great KOA to stay, because you're staying like right below.
Oh yeah.
When we stayed there, it was really cool because it's like you wake up, you open your eyes, and bam, there it is. So
Well, I agree with you, because like that KOA was nice. So it's a good stopper.
mhm.
Definitely a good stopper for like if you are going to a Black Hills or in that area.
Yeah.
Like it's a great on your way to Yellowstone. Hey, let's camp here for the night.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect, because you can get in, decent time. You can go check it out, check out the prairie dogs because they're dope as shit there. And then go up, check out Devil's Tower itself, and then camp in that KOA. And then wake up, enjoy it again, have your cup of coffee looking at that massive rock, and then scamper on out of there.
It's probably not I'm guessing, I've been there a few times, but it just doesn't seem too crowded either.
Yeah.
Like it seems like because it's a little more off the beaten path, right? It's not on the main highway.
No, and
you
it's
have-
in Wyoming, so not a lot of
okay.
people to begin
Yeah.
either.
enough
It's in
said
the
there.
northeastern corner of Wyoming too,
Yeah.
for it to be said.
It's not like it's over by the Tetons and like
No.
that kind of area where there's more people moving around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that, I mean, it's still like the when we went, Zach, in June. It was June when we were there. It had a decent crowd. I mean, it wasn't like crazy, but it had a decent crowd.
Yeah, they had ranger programs going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Huh.
when
The
we
park-
went in March, there was definitely way less people than when we were in
yeah.
June.
Yeah, and I've been with like my family and stuff too, and it's hit and miss. It's you hit it at peak times, you're probably going to get peak traffic.
For sure.
Just like anything. It was established in 1906. That's when it was a monument. Just fun fact.
That was fun. That was a lot funner than some of the other facts that we get. But
Well, it's also the tribal story of the lodge, right? The bear.
I was trying to remember what the
So if
other
you
name
want-
for
I
it.
got it
Bear
here.
Lodge, right?
Oh, you got it, Zach? Okay.
Yeah, they call it Bear's Lodge, House, or Lair. Bears are a common thread among the indigenous tribal stories about the origins of this iconic butte. The most indigenous names for the tower reference bears. A Kiowa legend tells of 7 girls who were attacked by bears. One of the girls prayed to the rock for help, and the rock began to grow, pushing the girls out of the bear's reach. When the bears jumped to reach the girls, they fell to the ground, scratching the rock and creating the deep grooves you see in the butte. Modern tribal connections are kept quite alive with traditions, ceremonies practiced by many tribes at the monument. Prayer offerings, the colorful cloths or bundles, they have medicinal herbs in them, are placed around. You'll see them along the park's trails. Do not touch, do not disturb. Take photos, that's fine, but definitely let them be. That's a prayer. It's given the sacred significance of the land, the absolutely meaningless of the current name. Bears Lodge National Monument has a nice ring to it, if you ask me. Better than Devil's Tower.
Yeah.
I do too. I like that name a lot better.
Well-
Devil's Tower's kind of crummy name.
I took you up, Mark, up to a spot in Glacier that had the medicine bundles.
Yeah, Chief Mountain.
Tree. Yeah, Chief Mountain. Beautiful, beautiful spot. And that to the Blackfeet people is like a Devil's Tower. That significance, that just
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
beautiful.
That's what you were saying. But yeah, so from there, we kind of kept going. I'm trying to remember if we went all the way.
Yeah, we did those 2 in that day, and then we've got a hotel in Spearfish that night.
That's right. We got the hotel in Spearfish. I remember watching March Madness in the hot tub with some strangers. As one does when we travel, we typically find some sort of warm body of water and talk to strangers. That is definitely a theme if you follow along.
You're not wrong, though.
Was I in the hot tub? Was I there?
Yeah, you were talking to some girl on Tinder like you always were.
Yeah, either that or you were. I think you may have just stayed in the room and did
No,
something.
he was sitting in the chair next to the hot tub. You didn't get in.
Oh, that's weird.
Is that what I was doing?
I think so. You were talking to some girl on Tinder.
I
sitting in
don't
the chair next
remember
to her.
being in the hot tub. That's all I remember.
You
Yeah,
were
I
down
don't
there
think
with
you
us.
did either.
Oh, okay.
You were swiping because Rachel and Selena
Swipey
stayed
snipies.
upstairs.
Oh, that could be true.
Oh.
They may have stayed.
Applebee's for dinner that night.
Yep. It's coming back now.
You guys got better memories than I do. I
And then that morning it snowed, and we drove to Crazy Horse first, and then to Rushmore, and then to Sturgis. Then to Cabela's. Did we stay 2 nights down there?
no, I thought we did Cabela's in Billings.
We did Cabela's.
No, it was in Rapid
down
City.
there.
Oh
'Cause
no,
that's
we
where
did
Rachel
because
her
we met Rachel's.
There was like a blizzard.
Yeah,
It was like a blizzard the whole time, I feel like.
yeah, 100%.
And Zach, I remember like 2 times we almost died with your ass driving. First time.
Ow.
First time you missed a stop sign. And
No, that was.
I purposely blew through a stop sign because there was no traffic on it.
oh god!
Oh,
and the
you did
girls
not
were like,
purposely
"What were
blow
you
through
doing?"
that stop sign.
Selena was like laughing hysterically when you did that.
And then yeah, I put the car sideways. No, anyone would have put the car sideways. It's keep
That
fucking level is what
yeah. In that situation, it was understandable, except I think the e-brake might have been on potentially.
Yeah, the e-brake was the
Which
parking
didn't
brake
help
was
with
on.
the sliding bar.
Yeah, we like looking back at that moment specifically, we actually should have died. Because we were trying to pass a semi.
Yeah, because all they was doing was kicking up that slush at us.
Yeah, we were
wasn't-
passing, which was what we needed to do, but because we did that, and then you have the draft of the wind off of the massive semi, and then the brake being on, we just started really turning, and like we legitimately probably should have died.
We went sideways.
Yeah, for sure. Should have.
Mark had this look like, whoa.
I would have, if that worked, I would have just put us in the ditch and it would have been like, fuck this.
Yeah, I probably would have had to change my pants.
I wouldn't have killed you. I just remember getting to that rest stop and your car was just ice.
Yeah, I remember that. So I was kind of thinking of getting into sport fishing again, but I feel like I need a good quality net.
Well, you know what, Reverend? I got the key solution for you. You know, our friends at Blue Ribbon Net make this eco-friendly aquafade bag, so you're not hurting the environment. It's 100% biodegradable. Plus, the wood is locally sourced, and it is also biodegradable, and it's just such a great company to use. The Blue Ribbon Nets, they're here in Bozeman, Montana, and we even have a discount code. That's right. If you use the code Rougarou10, that's right. That's my Jeep, the Rougarou. Rougarou10, RUGARU10. You're going to get some discount on a Blue Ribbon net. You know, you can get the long one if you're fishing the big fish, or you can get just a good river one, you know, if you're like me and just want to catch a lot of fish.
So again, make sure you go check out Blue Ribbon and use the promo code Rougarou10.
Hey there, Reverend. I heard that you might be running dry on your sticker supplier.
Yeah, I've been looking around and I've kind of like run out of cool stickers to buy and put on water bottles and stuff.
Well, I mean, have you seen the stuff Josh has been coming out with lately?
No, I have not.
Well, he is doing some really cool stuff with the Shop LS574. Yes, they're working with indigenous communities and making some really cool stickers. He has a really cool Buffalo Mountain sticker. There's even water bottles, hats, sweatshirts, the whole swag. And we even got a discount code for you guys. Yes, if you use Wandering Ways at Shop LS574, you're going to be getting a discount on your next purchase. But not only that, you're going to be giving a percentage of that sale to the Little Shell Tribe, as well as they donate $1 of every sale to murdered and missing Indigenous women. So just such a cool thing going on there. You know, you use the code Wandering Ways, WANDERING WAYS, and you put that in there, boom, you're getting a discount.
All right, so I mean, we saw a lot of cool shit on this trip. And speaking of cool shit, it's my favorite segment of this. I think I may be the only person that cares about this segment, but it's cool shit in nature time.
No way.
Exactly. Matt's been a part of cool shit in nature before, so he knows the drill. This time I got two for everyone.
I think Matt could even provide us with some of his own cool shit one of these times.
He probably could. But this one I think is actually a fun one to watch because it's some toads fighting.
That is cool.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because when they really get
oh.
into it, to be honest.
Look at that.
Holy
Full-on mouthful attack.
Yeah. What's
This is
nuts is
like-
they like bite them and flip them.
This is like frog MMA.
I think this is where the sport of MMA started.
They had to have. This is wild.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is.
I wonder how
Who
much it
gets to
hurts.
watch this live.
Like, I wonder how much it hurts them.
Oh, right. They just like if they look just absolutely beat up after.
Or
Man,
if it's-
these frogs are like, they're eating their Wheaties. Look at the size of them.
Oh, right. That too. And these are massive frogs or toads. I don't really know the difference a whole lot.
It's probably a bullfrog.
Probably.
Oh, where they puff up like that, huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, this is very cool. And the second one, though, also a cool thing in nature, but also at the same time, kind of pucker your butthole. Because
Oh, I'm glad you brought this one up finally.
Oh my god.
yeah. So,
I wanted to talk to you about this one.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
This is very Alaska, by the way. And this happens. This video is taken in Alaska, and it's actually very on par for Alaska.
It's just a bear running up the stream by him. And like the reason I want to talk to you about that is look, like you try and run that fast in water.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, he's moving pretty good in what's probably close, like at times knee high in water.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Just booking it.
Yeah. No, he's definitely moving a lot.
You try and do that.
I know. And these guys are so casual right next to him.
You have to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have to be. You do anything kind of crazy in that point, that bear's coming after you.
Mhm.
Like that's what, like, they're lazy creatures. They really are. And like if you're going to get killed by one, you're at fault. Like you probably should die from a bear. Like if I ever die from a bear, let the fucker live, because I was probably in the wrong.
Yeah, unless you have that one bear that's just having like a bad day type deal. You
Those
are
do
right.
exist.
But those are like few and far between in reality. But there are like circumstances where that bear just decided it wants to eat you today.
Well, that's that one in Cook City, right? It had
Yeah.
its 3 cubs and it went through like 4 tents.
Yeah,
The-
right.
The bear behavior is an interesting one to me, and then the difference between the grizzlies and the blacks too, because the black bears, because they're not as aggressive, right? The ones like the black bears in Oregon I've seen, it's like they're smaller and they're like just.
Matt, do you know the rules for bears? So if it's brown, you play dead. If it's black, you fight like hell. And if it's white, you put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh.
Because like
God.
if a black bear actually decides it wants you, it's going to take you out. There's nothing stopping it. Whereas the brown or grizzlies, they'll like, if you play dead, they'll move on from there. But in general, brown and grizzlies will be more aggressive than like a black bear. But
Well,
on
they're
the
bigger.
off chance a black bear gets you, it's going to fight to the death.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, and polar bears are just massive, scary creatures that will, you're done.
You're-
Well, that's the thing, is like a grizzly bear, one swipe, you're done.
Oh
Those
yeah,
claws.
really, realistically, all of these bears, one swipe and you're, tattooed pretty good.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, those claws are sharp,
Yeah.
and that like they can push like a 500-pound boulder like none other. Just
Yeah.
I'm a bear.
That's
I
why
wonder-
like the bear attacks real quick, the bear attack stories like where they live, and they're like, those are insane to me,
Mhm.
like where they came back and like the guy out of Bozeman a few years ago, Zach, with the hat. That was a scary one. That was like, oh my God, like how did you live?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wild, man. But I wonder if the bears, like, they used to be a animal of the plains and prairie. Like, I wonder if this is their way of like, you took our land from us. Like, we're in the mountains now. Like, at least give us that.
They were
This is their
like you're
fighting
saying
back.
they retreated back to the forest as humans populated areas.
Yeah, as you know, the human infestation of the planet has grown. It's pushed all sorts of species to change their environment, whether it's from the open plains to forests or forests into elsewhere. It's just that's what the infestation of humans has done. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, probably bad. But we've changed the world for sure in that kind of a way.
But to bring us back to the Black Hills, too bad we didn't do Bear Country or Reptile Gardens while we were over there.
Oh,
Yeah, we probably missed out, or we didn't even do the dinosaur thing that they had in where was that? Because we stopped at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Rapid City,
that
man.
was Rapid City. Yeah.
Dude, that's our thing. We got to stop in Buffalo Wild Wings in every part of the world, just because we've eaten at a lot of them.
What I remember from that day is I did not have my coffee yet in the morning, and I was on the struggle bus.
You is a struggle bus.
If I don't have coffee, 100% on the struggle bus. I'm the poster child of caffeine addiction, baby.
And Mark's like coffee consumption was significantly more than, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's what's wild too. Is
Yeah.
I drink a fuck ton more coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee now. So,
What are you at? Like 3-4 cups a day still?
oh, child's play. We sit here at about 6 cups a day.
Oh God.
You don't care about your health, do you?
I don't care about my health. Have you seen this? This is a temple.
I think that's the one area Mark's just like, fuck it, I'm doing everything else.
I drink, most of it's black,
Oh, okay.
I drink black, or I put a little bit of the Laird super creamer in there.
That doesn't bother your stomach drinking it black like that?
No. My
doesn't?
body's adapted to coffee so much that
Oh, wow.
I don't have I go to the gym with a cup of coffee like now, and so I'll be in the gym
Really?
and I'll have my mug sitting right next to all my other stuff while I'm lifting. I don't do it cardio because I don't like the heat when I am running or biking.
Oh,
But if I'm going in for a lift, sure as shit, my coffee will oftentimes be right next to all my other stuff that I have, my workout journal, all that jumbo.
You crazy dude.
It's a gift of the gods is what coffee is.
hey, Mark's got coffee, Zach's got soda, I got yerba mate. We all got something.
I don't drink a lot of soda anymore. I'm trying to really cut back.
Well, you got your big day coming up there, bud.
He's trying to trim down for it.
He's trimming down.
But no, so from going back to the trip, outside not doing the reptile gardens, the dinosaur drive, or the bear whatever, we went to Crazy Horse and then Mount Rushmore. We did those in a day. And we touched it a little bit on like Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse. Between the two, there's not a whole lot to do besides see them, look at it. So it's a good one to double up on.
Yeah, and they're neat. Like, it's cool to see them. Like, again, Crazy Horse, like, if it could be completed, it would be a lot more fun. There's not a lot to do there. I mean, we were there off season, so there wasn't a lot open anyway.
Yeah.
There was snow in the area. We could have done Jewel Cave, which is also in the area, but chose not to.
The Black Hills have a couple caves, I think.
Yes, sir.
They
Yeah.
do. We've Wind Cave,
Wind
named
Cave.
our underrated parks. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's Wind Cave's worth a look-see at.
Yeah, I would say on the Rushmore Crazy Horse topic, like if you visit in the summer, those other sections of it, like displays will be more open and there will be those other things to see. Like there is that museum or the art stuff that's attached to Crazy Horse. There's a restaurant. There's like, a few other buildings with people selling artwork and things. Mount Rushmore's got like an auditorium that's down below. Like
Yeah,
for performances.
they do a big 4th of July thing.
Yeah, the 4th of July fireworks are a big thing there. There's some other sections to it as well, and as well as your standard gift shops and whatnot. But
There's a
I
lot of
love
like
that at the gift shop for Crazy Horse, you can buy the rock that they blow up for it. You can just buy the rock.
oh wow,
Yeah, they just
Do
have
it.
a big old thing. You just and I'm gonna pay. I don't remember. It was like maybe $2 or $3, and you got to pick your own little rock.
you should have.
hey, there's some kids super excited to have a rock to take home.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I love a good rock. I got a bunch of stacked rocks over right behind me. But it depends on the rock for me.
Speaking of stacked rocks, so I saw this photo of this guy at Boiling River in Yellowstone when it was open,
Hmm.
and it had like a bunch of stacked rocks like in it.
Oh.
I'm glad I'm glad they closed the Boiling River in Yellowstone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like I don't need that. We don't need the hippie stuff there.
Oh.
we don't. We just let it be. Let it be what it was.
Oh my!
I mean, I get it.
Someone
you shouldn't really
started-
be stacking a whole lot.
Someone
Yeah.
started that and it really stuck. Like that trend really stuck.
Yeah, they took trail markers in Utah, because the desert, that's how you know where your trail is. They took that and like made it like an ad, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
that or
sign for travel
the
and wandering.
other thing like that made the stacked rocks so popular. It's like the spiritual hippie kind of nature, like lifestyle. They talk about if you can stack the rocks, perfect balance, and you live in balance with the world. There's that balance kind of metaphor when you stack the rocks, especially if you do it in a chaotic place like the river, right? If you can stack rocks in chaotic, it's balance in a chaotic world. So there's like, there's that kind of that helped build that popularity up. So, but as like most things, they start out harmless, but then you get just enough people to really blow it up, and everyone's like, got my stacked rock on this Instagram post. I got my, I got my TikTok of me stacking them, and then all of a sudden it blows out of control.
Let her be. Leave it how you found it.
Yeah,
That's the Montana way.
That one, and listen to Woodsy the Owl. If you give a hoot, don't pollute.
This guy knows what's up. Matt, what do you have to contribute?
Oh yeah, I agree.
Oh, good. I'm glad you agree there, Matt.
It's a classic.
Yeah, but anyways, we are actually kind of getting close. We'll close up the trip first, right? Because we ended up Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore were the last things we did for that trip, and then we left Zach in Billings, and the four of us then went back to Corvallis. So
Yeah. And then Mark's car died like 2 days later or whatever that was.
yeah, it was like maybe not even a week later.
Don't blame me.
Well, now I have the Jeep. I have Jack, the blue Jeep, and it's done me well since. So getting ready to possibly make a change too. So
Are you gonna do the van?
if I do switch, I'll be getting a van.
You
Oh,
crazy
wow.
guy, you.
Are you gonna get the 4-wheel drive like Mercedes camper van, or what kind
No,
of?
no. It's actually kind of a smaller van
Oh.
in reality. and really the plan with it is just a place I can put bikes, place I can put like a surfboard,
How
wetsuits, any like gear all in it.
much do you want to build it out?
Not crazy amounts.
Well, because just so you know, I was talking to our good friends at Kick-Ass Products.
shameless plug.
So yeah, exactly. So I got a shower awning from them. I don't know if you're familiar. I put it on my car, had a hot shower because my Camp Lux water heater. Great. I'm super stoked. And they Kick-Ass was like super awesome. And they're like, hey, go ahead and we'll throw in a shower head for you, because they like the videos we got, and they said, can you get some more? And the shower head is one of the ones where you just put it in like a bucket of water and it sucks it up. So Mark, you could be, I mean, we can talk to these guys, we can get it going, and we can just build your van. We'll build the van, guys.
I mean, that's a different time, different conversation, but no, again, this was like the first trip the three of us went on. We've done some shenanigans since, and we are doing shenanigans because Matt Buddy is joining us in Glacier this summer. So,
what do you think of that, Matt?
Hey man, last time we were up there, half the damn park was closed. So I'm just happy that it's going to be open this time.
Yeah, no. Make sure you get your Going to the Sun Road pass if you are planning to go to Glacier.
Oh yeah, I had a lady message me about that today.
And we need a pass.
And
to go they do timed entry to do the Going to the Sun Road now.
She asked about the Going to the Sun Road, and she asked, is it worth the hype, or is it just another tourist trap? And I want to hear your answer.
It's worth it. It's worth to go do it. I mean, the drive, it's definitely a tourist trap because it's like the thing to do in Glacier, but it's worth it, especially on the west side, because as you're getting closer to Logan's Pass, it's a really, really pretty drive. I really want to bike it. I want to start early in the morning and bike to the top.
Yeah, that's a late burner.
It'd be a good climb.
The descent would be worth it.
Mark's like, that's a good hill right there.
It's definitely a solid one.
What about you, Matt Buddy?
No, I'm looking forward to that trip. I mean, that's it's like the last few years of everything. It's been a minute. So
Going to the Sun Road, worth the hype?
Oh, I think it's worth it. I mean, I got some great footage of mountain goats and bighorn sheep up there. I mean, some people never have seen those before. So,
but you have,
and I have.
There you go. Yeah. Anyways, no, it's time. I got to be that guy because it is that time. We're going to jump into the final words. Matt, you know the drill. It's final words. You can say anything. If you wrote a poem for us, you can recite the poem. If you have a rap you want to do, recite the rap. Or if you have a weird ad you want to do, go ahead and do the weird ad or whatnot. But anyways, final words, my guy.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on again, guys. Apparently, people have been liking some of our talks, so I'll think of some new material and some things I can add as well, and kind of throw in there. And but yeah, to all the people listening, just you guys have said, keep nature clean, leave it as it was, and don't litter, don't throw your trash on the ground.
There you go.
Just banana peels, and that's about it. So,
just banana. Those orange peels are a no-go, but banana peels.
banana peels are biodegradable, so those are a safe bet.
All right, and final word, Zach.
Well, Matt, buddy, I want to first off thank you for. I think your 5th, your 6th with us?
Oh, it's been a hot number.
Something like that.
Yeah, do the math. If you're a Matt Buddy fan club, yep, you can go ahead and shout him out on the social media, hashtag Wandering Ways Matt Buddy, and let us know. Let us know how you think about these episodes. It's great to have our good pals on. We got some good adventures for you coming up this summer. Got some cool new products to give you. I was talking with Jared about it and just the fishing we're doing and the adventure we're going to be doing. And the nice thing is COVID gave a lot of people the chance to go outside, and people took advantage of it. They did it. They bought their Jeeps, they bought their outdoor gear. But go look at pawn shops, go look at used car dealerships. You're starting to see those items a little more frequently. So it kind of sucks that people are not being able to get outdoors because they're going back to work, all that crazy stuff. COVID's kind of over. But I just want to, put forward that, like, yes, we're still living that life out here, guys. We're still pushing forward. We did it before the pandemic. We'll do it after. This is something we love to do. We love to go see, So like this weekend, I'm like, well, what are me and Thea going to do? Oh, next weekend, I'm going back down to Prey to see Jared. What are we going to do? What cool new adventures and things are we going to see? Because if you're sitting at home, you're not going to see it. I mean, you might on the TV, but does that count? All right, Reverend, your turn.
Final words of wisdom from the Reverend himself. Stay beautiful, everybody. Can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you and for listening all the way through. To this point, I want to give a special shout out to good old Matt Buddy. Thank you for coming on, talking about South Dakota today, talking all that good stuff. As for like the main juice of the serum of wisdom, again, just kind of preaching, let's keep this planet clean. Let's save our oceans. Let's pick up that plastic. Super terrible news. I recently saw that plastic's actually not really recyclable. We just got tricked into thinking it's recyclable by big oil. So that's kind of a big bummer because I really wanted at least some of it to be kind of recyclable, and it's not. So try not to use plastic. It's not good for you as well. It messes up your hormone levels. And there's a whole lot of junk there too. But anyways, stay beautiful, everybody. Go outside, enjoy the nature and all that fun stuff. And with that being said, peace out, everybody.
Bye.